Hi, my name is Michelle Zarel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to assemble the Dimensional Paper Cuts pop-out lever cards. Honestly, I was not sure what to call these because sometimes they're referred to as swing cards, sometimes window cards, lever cards. I've seen all different types. So far we have two in the series. We have the square card. It makes a very impressive, even from the back, it makes a very impressive card to receive. And we also have our new slimline version that opens like this. It has the traditional card backing where you can write a sentiment. Generally, I would have probably done this in white or off-white in order to have a nice space there for stamping. But for videoing, I think it was easier to do it with a color. You'll notice the inserts here that go in and out. There's two on the front. The back is equally impressive. These were designed to fit a 2-inch square. And this was designed for a 4-inch square. And the reason I did it that way was because often with your paper collection kits, you'll get these cut apart sheets for journaling. Here's a few so you know what I'm talking about. This is from Carta. It has, you know, the 12-inch paper has, 3, 6, 9 4x4s. And here we have a combo sheet that has some 2x2s, which would fit nicely in the slimline card right there, and as well as some other ones. And I know American Crafts also carries these little books, which I think are adorable, and they have 2x2 sheets that will go on here. So often these contain so many cute little graphics. The I love winter, that would make an adorable center. So I really like to utilize these whenever possible. And I wanted a card that I could use these really cute little graphics on. So they're very easy to put together, but they look very difficult. So people are going to be really impressed when they receive one of these cards in the mail. We're going to start by assembling the square card. And I have all of my pieces here. These pieces are going to be my accent pieces, as indicated by the gold one here. Okay. These are my envelope pieces. Both cards do come with a coordinating envelope file, so you can get them in the mail right away. And here we have our 4-inch inserts. These I cut from pattern paper, and these came off of one of those sheets that I was referring to. I thought that those would be really cute. And then we have 3 components to this. We have a piece that looks like this, a piece that's square with just a little bit of a glue tab on there, and then we have a solid piece that has cuts. So to start with, we're going to use these 2 pieces. First thing we're going to do is fold them along the score lines. Now the files at the Silhouette Design Store come with dash score lines. However, if you are looking for a solid score line, you can find those at the Dimensional Paper Cuts Etsy shop. And I will link to that below. Okay, we're going back and forth here because I want it to move easily. So I want to make sure it goes back and forth really nicely. Okay, same thing with the glue tab here. You can use a bone folder if you'd like, but just make sure that it wants to move. So as you can see here, from this one, when you open it up, just got it backwards. When you open it up, this piece sticks straight out, okay? So that's what we're going to want to do with this. We're going to want it to stick out. And then this we're going to attach. Since this I know is going to be the inside, I want to glue that to the underside of this piece right here. So I'm going to put that on the front of the glue tab there, add some glue. I don't want to be too generous because I don't, whoa. Okay, there we are. All right, so like I said, that's going to go underneath there, so I'm just going to line that up the best I can right here, like this, and go ahead okay. All right. Make sure it still folds nicely, and there we are. All right, I did it this way because I wanted this to be able to be cut on a smaller mat, on a portrait mat. So in order to get the length there, we needed this piece to be separate. All right, so you can see already we're getting a start here. Now we're going to go on to this piece. This piece has cuts, as you can see right here. And I want to leave those straight. I want to make sure I don't fold them in. We're going to leave those straight. All right. So I'm going to fold along the score lines, which are down there. Okay, so we're going to fold along the score lines here. And like I did on the other one, back and forth to make sure that it will swing easily. We have a fold line in the center, or a score line, excuse me. Score line in the center, and a score line on the end here. There we go. Okay. Make sure it goes back and forth. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead, take this piece that we just worked on. All right. I'm going to set it this way. Maybe it'll be a little bit easier for you to see. I'm going to fold these back. I hope you can see this on camera okay. All right, just like that. And I'm going to stick these inside the slots, or the openings. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make a square. And we're going to do that by very carefully lining up these outsides, and we're going to glue right here. And then I'm going to line up these outsides, and I'm going to glue right there. Okay, so then we'll have a square right here in the center. Now I'm going to let that flop around just a little bit, so don't let that get you confused, because I want to add the glue. Okay, and I'm going to add the glue, bring this in a little bit, there we are. This is going to flop around a little bit. We're going to add glue to the smallest piece, not the largest piece, because I don't want glue all over on the ends. So I'm going to add some glue here. Pay a little extra attention down there to where it attaches at the ends. Okay? And then I want this piece right here to line up. And I want it to line up the best I can. So I'm going to take my time with this. Okay? Keep that in there. All right, you can see a little bit better what I'm doing, right? Like that. going to do the same thing with this end. So this floppy piece right here, I'm going to go ahead and add glue to. And we're going to attach it to this side. Okay, line it up the best I can. All right, so there, that makes our square. Now see, I want to pay a little attention here to the corners to make sure it's attached well. And it appears to be. Okay, so now that was pretty easy, wasn't it? All right, now to go ahead, I'm going to show you a couple tricks here to get good placement. These pieces on the inside will measure the 4 inches for the 4-inch cut for the 4-inch squares. So since this is going to be the opening, I am going to put this piece in the middle. All right. And I'm going to do that by kind of sliding it in because it doesn't go all the way to the end. And I'm going to line it up according to this edge that sticks out. All right. And it's easier to attach the larger pieces here first so that we know where to put the decorative inserts. Okay? All right. Now it's going to open up. And I think I'm going to put this one here. And then I'm going to add a pattern paper there too that coordinates from that same line. This that I'm doing today came from the Hello Fall collection from Carta, I believe. I think it was last year's or maybe the years before. I really love this collection. And honestly, I was surprised I had any left. All right. Go fold down there. Okay. Here's a 4-inch piece from a decorative paper from the same collection, so I know it'll coordinate. You don't have to use the journaling cards or cut apart cards. You can just use plain paper or variations of different colored paper. It'll still be cute. Okay, and I like that this can be for any occasion. All right, so we have this one that we've already done, and that leaves one more square here for the back because we want the back to look just as good, because this is one of those cards that people are going to look at and go, wow, that is something. So while they try and figure out how to do it, they're going to look at the front and the back. Let me make sure I get. I wanted the writing to go make sure it went the right way. Okay. All right, now we're going to go ahead and add the decorative panels, and I want to show you how to do that to the inside. Okay, so the one on the outside is going to be square, and that's pretty simple. We really don't need much instruction on that one, but we're going to put it there so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. Now on the inside, I liked this one to have interior pieces so that it coordinates nicely. So we're going to take a shape that looks like this. And I'll put some glue on the back here. And I'm going to slide it from the top or the bottom and try real hard to get that centered on the inside. Oops. Okay, and then I'm going to do the other side. Down in here. Looks like I got a little too much glue on that one. Okay. All right, so now when you open it up, you can see the inside. Let's go ahead and put that other square right here. Line it up. There we go. All right, we still have some of these little pieces left, and they're for the back. As you can see from the back, we have several pieces that could go on there. All right, we also have a fold here, you can see. So the pieces are split. Put one right there. I'm going to leave this set aside to dry nicely while we work on the envelope. The envelope comes in 5 pieces, and I cut it in white, which in hindsight was a really bad idea. So hopefully you'll be able to see some things. Here we have just a large square for the center. We have our side pieces here, and they have a sharp corner. We have our top pieces, which have the rounded corner. I'm going to fold those back and forth. And we're going to attach those. I think it's easier to attach the side pieces, which are the sharp corner, first. Okay, and we're going to line that up really good. If it doesn't line up well, it's going to make it hard to fold. But for the gluing aspect, I'm probably going to speed this up so it's not. So here we go. Sharp corner. And we're going to put it right up here to the side. And I'm going to glue it to the inside so we have a nice writing surface for the outside for our envelope. The envelope is square to accommodate the square card. So therefore, we are going to need a little extra postage, just an FYI. Also, something I didn't mention earlier was with this square card, I tried to size it so that you'd be able to also use your 6x6 paper pads, which I know are quite fun and a little more economical too. All right, put that one up there. Okay, we're going to fold the sides in first, and then we're going to fold the bottom up. I'm going to add a little bit here. A little bit here. Okay, there we go. Before we put our card in, I would normally let this dry and let this dry a lot more before you go ahead and add it. And then it'll just slide right in. And you can go ahead and dress it and get it in the mail. Okay, the slimline version is done the same way. So we're also going to make that square or diamond in the middle there. All right, to start with, we have a piece that looks like this. And we're going to go ahead and fold that and get it ready. The slimline also comes with an envelope. The envelope for the slimline card is a little larger than the card, and that's so because I wanted to add a dimensional element right here, so it needed to be a little bit bigger. Okay. So there's our base, and again, this is where we're going to do our writing, right in here. And then this is our second sheet. And you'll see the score lines go right down the center there. Like the other one, this also comes in a solid score version at the Etsy shop. Okay. think we've got it folded up pretty good here. All right, so I'm going to fold it like this. Move this one out of the way. And then we have this one. I think I'm knocking my camera out of the way here. All right. So here is our card. In the insert, I'm going to point the pointy end away from me so that these little pieces, these little wing-like pieces, are going to go right in the holes, just like we did with the other card. So when I attach them here, it's going to make that diamond in the center. Okay? So on this one, I'm going to put some glue on the smallest piece, which is this one right here. Try not to add so much glue because this is a thinner paper. I'm going to line those up. You can see here, I'm going to line them up at the end. Okay. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing with this side. Slide that in. All right, and line it up there so that the opening, you can see the opening there. Okay, all right, there we go. Now we're going to add the covering panels. There is a little bit of a difference with this. For the insert squares here, this is the 2-inch piece, and this piece is a little bit larger, so it'll make a nice frame for it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and add glue to these 2-inch squares. And then these are going to slide right up, and we're going to match them right here with the edge right here. This is a directional print, so I want to make sure that I can read it from the front. Okay, I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to add these to the back. Slide it in. And match it up with that outside edge. Okay, and then I have one more. Okay, and then this is going to be our front. I think it would look cute with a little leaf popped up there, maybe a piece of chipboard or something. All right, I also got some glue down here, so thankfully we can cover that. Let's start off with the front. And then there's another piece on the inside. It's also a larger piece. Okay, now if you recall, on the square card we put an insert on the inside, but that was pretty tight, so we're not going to do that for this one, but we are going to go ahead and put our pieces on the back. Okay. And there we go. Isn't that fun? And it was super easy to make too. There's also an envelope with this one. It's a little bit different style, but I think you'll be able to put it together with no problems at all. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please leave it a thumbs up And don't forget to hit subscribe so we can craft again later. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.